What's going on, guys? TJ Performance here at Tommy's shop. This is actually the rear end out of the short bed truck. I'm getting ready to swap it with the rear end I just had rebuilt in the Yukon that got hit. It's got the bigger drum brakes on it, the 11-inch drum brakes and rear sway bar and everything. It came out of a Suburban, so I'm going to swap them out. I actually had to break out the 3500 to bring the rear end up here, so what I'm actually here for, because we're coming to a crucial moment on Tommy's L29 big block truck like mine, but four-wheel drive, upper and lower intake gaskets, and he's getting ready to pull a distributor, so we want to have video proof of which way it goes, because we don't have Tech 2 scan tool, but we seem to get it right all the time. So did you loosen it up yet? So Tommy's going to loosen up the distributor, and
I'm going to mark it on the firewall because I'm going to take the intake out, and I don't want to lose my mark.
Right. So Tommy's going to mark it
on the firewall in one spot, and then I'm going to mark it on the firewall in another spot.
Yeah, and you see he uses a ruler as a straight edge to come right off the rotor, pointing number 1 to make a mark on the firewall there, so you know when, if you don't turn the motor over and you drop the distributor back in, it's going to go dead nuts where it was, and you won't get a crank cam correlation code.
Or it'll start up and run instead.
Yeah, and run right. So, but as you can see, she got 250,000 miles on her. I mean, we're not trying to set the world on fire. We're just trying to get another 20, 30, maybe 50,000 miles on it until we get time to rebuild the other big block that came out of Tommy's other truck that was exactly like mine, but with leather interior that somebody wrecked. Same thing happened to his truck that happened to my Yukon. So.
Same side of the street.
Same side of the street, same scenario.
7 houses down.
7 houses down in the swale. There's what's left of the Yukon. See the engine and transmission. Me and Tommy got a bug up our ass, and we actually yanked it. I actually unbolted it on Saturday. We yanked it out Sunday morning and brought it down there and set it in the frame of the short bed truck. So the motor and tranny and the harness is already in there. I need to grab the ABS module off of this. I already got a new master cylinder. I already got a new brake booster for the other truck. I'm going to grab the windshield motor just because it worked, and you know they're pretty expensive. It's good to have an extra one around. But as you can see, I've helped a bunch of people out. I've had a guy come that got his OBS truck wrecked. Good friend of my nephew's, his son wrecked his short bed truck and needed a piece of the frame rail so they can fix it. So I let him come here and whack a piece off of there for his kid's truck. And as you can see, the windshield's out of it. We've cut pieces of the roof off it, pieces of the roof back here. This was actually a really nice truck. This was the only rust I've seen in the truck, and it was underneath the roof, you know, from the roof rack. But I mean, as you can see, it's pretty much a storage area now. It's gutted. I mean, it's got a bunch of interior panels that I'm going to use for the short bed truck. The interior was actually really nice on this truck, except for the 2 front seats. But I'm going to get them reupholstered. I already got the driver's seat out, you know, just a bunch of bullshit that I'm not going to use because I'm probably going to end up junking the truck. This door is actually going to go on Tommy's 98 2-door over there. That's the hood from this that I'm going to use on the short bed truck. So yeah, as you can see, these are power leather. I'm just going to buy the factory upholstery you can get online and redo them myself. I got the center console for it and everything. So yeah, it's pretty much done. I got to take a couple more things off it, and for the short bed truck. But yeah, so just trying to burn up a little time until he gets ready to pull the distributor out. As you can see, took everything out of it. Gutted steering column, the whole wire harness, HVAC case I rebuilt, put in the short bed truck. I took the convenience center harness out like I showed you guys in the last video on how to do the power windows the right way and all that. So all that wiring's out. The only thing left I need is actually the tail light harness that plugs into here. That goes to the tail lights, the reverse lights, and the tag light on this thing. And then I need that for the short bed truck. They're all the same, so basically just that. And then I'll probably steal the bumper brackets off because they're in really good shape and get all that done. And yeah, so I'm getting ready to yank the rear end out of this because like I said, I had it rebuilt maybe 2,000 miles before the truck got hit. Kirk from Gears and Rears here in Broward County rebuilt it. A very reputable guy. The rear end actually worked really well. 342 with a locker. just a factory locker. So, and it's like I said, it's got the 11-inch drum brake, so I'm going to put that rear in the short bed truck with the rear sway bar. So yeah, guys, let's see what he's doing over here. As you can see, there's the driver's seat out, full power. I'm going to redo the whole seat. I'll try to do a video on that when we get to it. Let's see, there's the center console, there's the Nova, there's the other Nova. So he's getting ready to pull it out, looks like. Very important, guys. I'll try to get in there the best I can. I don't want to get in his way. But what he's doing now, he's basically running a straight edge from the rotor to the firewall and marking the firewall. So when he drops the distributor back in, he can actually get the rotor dead nuts where it was in case it does move. He's also going to mark the housing of where the rotor is now, and then he'll mark it when we pull it out so we know which direction it came out and where it needs to go. Oh, he already did that. Okay, so yeah, he's done. He put an aftermarket plastic distributor in there. They're all right. I went with an MSD billet on my truck and I love it. My truck has never run better. So
gear still looks good.
Yeah, gear looks really good actually. So yeah.
These tear up on these motors, so you got to replace them.
Yeah, when you get like erratic random, if you get like a random misfire code and you've changed everything and you still can't figure out why, and your motor's got anywhere from 150,000 on up, the culprit might be the gear on the distributor is worn, and you know the time is jumping around when you're getting a random misfire code. So yeah, like I said, guys, we're just trying to get another 20-30,000 miles out of this motor. As we tear it down, you know, we'll see how it is. I mean, we know the lower intake gasket's leaking. It's got a bad vacuum leak. We tested it about a couple months ago with some brake cleaner on there, and it revved to the moon. So we're going to change that. And yeah, that's it. So just wanted to show you guys what to do when you pull out a distributor on a Vortex style engine, not a TBI. TBI is different. I mean, it's basically the same thing, but you don't have to worry about getting the crank cam correlation code that you do on the Vortex engines from 96 on up. So make sure you mark it 3-4 times. Make sure you put the motor on top dead center. I'll show you what I'm talking about down there. I don't know if you can see it. There's the tab. You can see the mark. It's dead nuts on the tab. Number 1 compression stroke. That's where you want to pull the distributor out. You know, like I said, mark it 2 or 3 times, and then you'll be good when you go back together. As long as you don't roll the motor over or touch it, you'll be fine. That's it, guys. I'm gonna let Tommy finish going back to work. I'm gonna finish pulling the rear end out of that Yukon and swapping it out with the short bed truck. And that's it. Take it easy. Have a good day.